Have you ever stopped and realized, I have a fear of selling? Maybe you want to make more money, you have your own business, or even you work for a company and you want to get better at selling, but you realize something is getting in your way. In today's video, I want to help you stop that. Now, you've probably already heard the typical advice out there like selling is service or there's nothing to be afraid of. And if you watch some of my other videos, I probably have given advice like that. And so today I'm going to talk about something a little different that is going to help you get over that fear of selling. Because think about it, once you overcome that and you get out on the other side, you're going to be able to live a life where money is just flowing to you, where you can just have a natural conversation with someone and be able to make money, where you could be sleeping or traveling and know that you have enough to not only make ends meet, but to live the life of your dreams. And that's what I really want for you, because I believe that everybody can have and experience abundance in a way that feels really good to you. And as I was sharing that, I thought of how a couple of years ago, it wasn't last year because nobody traveled last year, but a couple of years ago, I actually was on a plane going to a conference, and I just happened to be sitting next to this couple, and we started talking to each other because of a book that the husband was reading. And before we knew it, I was just talking about the work that I did, and she reached out to me and a few weeks later signed up for a few of my programs. And that happened just because I was selling, but I didn't even feel like I was selling. I was just talking about the work that I do. And so know that if you know that it's important for you to sell to get to 10K months or 20K months or 100K months or whatever it is your goal is, $1 million months, know that it doesn't have to feel forced. It doesn't have to feel gross. It doesn't have to feel icky or slimy. It really is all about asking yourself, what is your purpose behind it? What is your identity behind it? And what are your beliefs behind it? So I want you to think back to, when did I even decide that selling had to be scary? When did I even decide that money is a bad thing or that selling is a bad thing? And you'll realize that if you have the fear of selling or receiving money, it's not because it's truly bad to have money or bad to receive money or bad to sell. It's just that as you were being brought up, you might have come across something that made you start to believe that. So I remember when I knew that I wanted to sell because I wanted to make more money, but I had a lot of fear. Every time I had to sell, I felt anxiety. I felt pressure. I felt like the person was going to hate me or hang up the phone on me if I tried to sell. I asked myself, when did I decide that it had to be hard for me to sell? Or when did I decide that someone would hate me or that I was slimy if I tried to sell? And everyone's going to have their own different story. But for me, I actually went back in my mind and I realized that my first memory or my first impression of someone selling was the sleazy dad from the movie Matilda. So we all remember the movie Matilda, where the dad would sell these used cars, and he was sleazy, he was slimy, he was mean, he didn't treat Matilda very good. And, people could barely drive off the parking lot without these cars falling apart. And so that got installed into my mind. It got installed into my programs, installed into my paradigms, and it made me start to believe that in order for me to sell something to someone, I have to be a bad person. It means that I'm mean because the only people who I've seen sell are mean, gross people. And I realized that that has stopped so many people. I remember I used to work at a tech company, and it was actually a really great tech company, great benefits, great people, really good flexibility. And I remember when there was job openings, I would try to tell some of my friends from another job that we didn't like so much, hey, there's some job openings in sales. And they would all say to me, no, I'm not a salesperson. And I was like, okay, but this isn't a typical sales job. They actually bring the leads to you and you're just telling people about the product. You're just asking them if they're the right fit and then offering it to them, but people are actually coming to the website. So you don't even have to be pushy. You don't have to knock on doors. You just have to pretty much educate on the product. And the people in my life that I love, that I knew that they could get paid well, that they could have fun at work, that they could have flexibility, all these different things, they say, no, I'm not even going to apply. I'm not a salesperson. And that was my first realization that our identity or our beliefs around selling can actually stop us from having something that's good for us. And I remember that powerful lesson as I started my own business, because I realized I have a really amazing product. My programs actually change people's lives. They expand their awareness. They help them make more money, repair their relationships, have more freedom, have more happiness. And so if I can just educate people on what I do, helping people reprogram their subconscious mind and empower others, if I can just educate, then the people who want that, they'll come to me. The people who want that, they'll just sign up. And I don't have to be sleazy or sell a bad product or tell them something that's not true in order for that to happen. So I invite you today, if you have a fear around selling, to ask yourself, am I a bad person? Do I intend to give them something bad? Do I tend to under-deliver? Right? If the answer is no, then you can take yourself out of that category as a sleazy salesperson and recognize that there are good people all over the world that are allowing people to have great products for the exchange of money. Think about if you go to a coffee shop, right? When you go to a coffee shop and you say, hey, I'd like a large flat white, and the person says, okay, that's $4.35. You don't say, you're scamming me. You're selling to me. You know, it's like you walked in and you wanted it, and thank goodness they're gonna make it for you, because maybe you can't make as good a flat white as the barista. Maybe you can't get the foaminess and the heaviness of the milk just right. And so when you make flat whites at home, they don't taste that great. But when you go to your favorite coffee shop, they're heavenly. And if they didn't offer you that flat white or the opportunity to buy it, you'd be drinking really crappy coffee for the rest of your life, right? So think about that. Think about if there's something that you're really good at, you're helping someone by letting them have this product or service. And of course, in order for you to be able to continue to give the product or service, you need to be able to receive money so that you can pay your bills, pay your team, do your marketing, create your products, whatever it is that you need to do to continue to be able to give what it is that people want. There's a universal law called the law of compensation, and it states that you will be compensated in direct proportion to the need for what you do, your ability to do it, and the inability to replace you. So just think about, do people need this, right? If you're a mindset coach, do people need a better mindset? Yes. If you sell bicycles, do people need bicycles? Yes. If you are a business coach, are there people out there that want help with their business? Yes. Pretty much any industry, think about, do people need it? Do they need support? Do they need help? Do they need guidance? Do they need tools? If the answer is yes, then you know there's people out there with the need for what you do. And rather than being pushy or forcing, just know that when those right people come to you, it's just about educating, being a kind and honest person, and knowing that if you can do a good job at that and helping them find what they need, then selling isn't a bad thing. It's just fulfilling what somebody wants. So start to explore your beliefs today and where they came from. If you want to learn more information on how our beliefs are formed, where they come from, where we can get these limiting ideas and identities that stop us from having what we want, then make sure to watch more of my videos on my YouTube channel all about mindset to help you out. Also, it would mean so much to me if you hit the subscribe button and also the like button below, because that actually helps more people find this information that can really help them. And if you love this video and you want to share something with me, let me know below in the comments, because we love to go through the comments and it gives us even more ideas for what videos to create for you. And if you want to become a successful mindset or manifestation coach, head to yessupply.co/coachmasterclass, where I'm sharing my favorite tips for creating success in your life and business. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.